On the first day of my vacation, they turned the lights out. I sat there in the dark and prayed for death. I wrote a song. I thought it was stupid, even though I know not all of them can be the best. I read with a flashlight for several hours, waiting for the electrician to come and fix the breaker, for love to save me. But that was not the message that got through. No, death is the only thing that makes this interesting. You know in your heart that you'd get bored. This is the only thing that makes this interesting. Why in hell on earth would you want more? Well, after several hours of this, I became discouraged, but determined to make something of the day. I went to the open mic to get some rage out and play my song, but I got number 58. And I became acceptance. I sat there unmoving, watching all my friends get on the stage to sing their asses off, to try and reach me, but I didn't have my anthem till I heard Tim Warner say, death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. Why in hell on earth would you want more? Death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. You know in your heart that you'd get bored. Dad! 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 Give me Dad! Dad! Give me Dad! Give me Dad! 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 Well, I took my piranha, antagonized it, and smeared its shit around where I knew you would see. I meditated, but kept getting distracted about how wonderful it was to be me. 'Cause I have found the way out. I have found the way out. I have come to shake hands and make fools of the fools. Everything you've heard, my dear, is true. True. Death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. Why in hell on earth would you want more? Death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. You know in your heart that you get bored. So give me death.
Yo, if you would one time, let's give it up for Joe Yoga.
Everybody.
Thank you so much for being here. Sorry about that, dude. I just got in from the Lucky Duck open mic, and I just pretty much just came in, opened a Red Bull, and just plugged everything in. And I didn't realize that basically I didn't plug in the one thing. So no disrespect to Joe Yoga there. So sorry about the sound issue up front, but whatever. I know what I did wrong now, and guess what? I'll never do that again. All right, good evening. First of all, let's get into this. I'll talk to you first. Love thy neighbor, 007. Thank you so much for being here. If I remember correctly, you're in San Francisco area, right, ish, and you're thinking about moving to this area, and you had questions. I believe you wanted to know. I'll answer them right here and now. I don't remember what they were exactly, so if you write some things in, refresh my memory a little bit, or if you have like specific things you would like to know, I'll do everything I can to answer them. At the moment, I have a couple things to go. I don't know, a couple things I'll bring up, whatever else, and the rest will honestly, it's all up to you guys. In the chat, if there's anything specifically you would like to discuss, please bring it up. Be more than happy to. If not, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I'm going to talk about for sure. And in case I haven't mentioned it, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it with all my heart. Yeah, I just, let's see. I guess I'll just wait on you a little bit in the meantime. Here, I guess I'll do this in the meantime real quick. Oh, yeah, let's look here. Oh, how about this? No, we'll just do this. This is what I normally do. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry about that. Here we go, everybody. Let's see. I do have to change this up because I made the flyer today. But, yeah, every Tuesday, you know, if you're in town, whatever, you can check me out at Shakespeare's. Show starts at 9. There's usually an open mic after. Oops. What am I trying to do here? There we go. There's an open mic after. But I'm on the 9 o'clock show every Tuesday as of now at Shakespeare's. So, again, if you're ever in Austin, want to check something out, please come on through. Also, we got here. Do I start from the back? Ooh, there's the big one. That's the one that's going to get me, Tokes and Jokes. Ooh, wow. All right, guys. So it looks like, well, I'm not performing. I'm not booked. This is going to change. But, I mean, granted, I do every Tuesday. But anything else, I got July 31st. I'm here at Tokes and Jokes, right? Hopefully, we're going to do the Red Caboose in Clifton. It should be a good time, August 8th. And then, you know, this weird thing that somehow has meaning to me now. I put a value on it. Nah. Whatever, we'll see what happens if you come out. I got, I think they give me like 10 comp tickets, whatever. So if you're in the area, I got tickets for you. You know, there'll be some kind of link or something. I don't know. I don't really talk to these people a lot. And then Buda, watch out Buda. I'm going to be at Mama Marlowe's fucking speakeasy. That just sounds fun. This just sounds like a fun place. And then, you know, it's really good to do comedy at a speakeasy. Okay, I should never have said that. But anyway. And then what? That's on September 12th, October 11th, every Tuesday. And then here, I'll show you guys this real quick. All right. Love Thy Neighbor has not said anything about their question from earlier. That's fine. No pressure. Why can't you just be an awesome computer thing? Okay. Boom. Oh, I hate this so much. Oh, yeah. And also this. This is something I'm kind of proud of, in a sense. But there's an open mic right after Kill Tony. And if you don't know about Shakespeare's, if you don't know about Shakespeare's, that's where everybody signs up for Kill Tony and sits and waits to hear their name pulled. And then afterwards they have an open mic. And this cool cat, dude, Michael Gonzalez, he hosts from 10:30 to midnight, and then I host from midnight to 2. And basically I'm titling my part of it, People of the Man. And, you know, because it's all the people basically that they're there because of Kill Tony. So People of the Man. So I'm hosting that, and it'd be dope if people came out, whatever else, even comics, who knows? We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's go back to, I don't know why this happened. Or do you guys want to watch me fumble around with this nonsense? Go. All right, make this a little smaller. How's everyone doing tonight? You doing well? You doing good? I don't know why you wouldn't be. Here we go. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. Love thy neighbor. Well, let's put this on the screen. All right, there we go, buddy. Yeah, I was curious what your place costs per month. Personal question. I'm just looking for something basic. Okay. I don't know why that's a question. I'm fucking with you. I've grown tired of California and the Bay Area prices. I work online, so I'm mobile. Oh, if need be. Good for you. Do you engage with the single scene there? Oh, boy. Okay. Let's see. All right, let me try to take this question at a time here. Okay. I'll say this, dude. You know, I've lived in New York, right? So depending on where you are in New York, apartment prices are through the roof, whatever else. And I imagine you dummies out in California, I don't know if you guys did it. It seems shady to me that I think there were like a number of mail-in ballots that came in late. I'm not really there, so maybe I shouldn't comment on it. But maybe this is something I heard through a game of telephone. But a lot of the late mail-in ballots came in, and then now you guys are paying fucking, what, 10.25, 10.5 percent sales tax or something and everything. Ugh. I mean, I don't know. God bless you for living in California. I don't think I would do it ever in existence, but God bless you. But yeah, it's got to be ridiculous now. Your gas prices are probably double, if not even like 2.5 times more than what is here. I mean, today I saw what? It was like 315, 306, 302. But most places do it like $1,000. This is a 1-bedroom. But the apartment complex, like, I don't know. This thing kind of sucks. You know, it's made for fucking drunks and musicians, whatever, who I don't know if they do much, you know. But the location's good, whatever else. I don't know. There's better places and so forth. But again, you know, I was homeless for however long there, 1,766 days living in the fucking car. So I kind of took this. There's a couple other comics that live in this complex as well. It's kind of another reason. But you know, there's no state tax. It's all federal. I don't know how that affects your job. I assume if you live in a mobile, I don't know how that works. But the single scene, right? You asked something about that. No, I don't, dude. I don't know. There's attractive women here, but I don't know. To me, this is the sexual energy in Austin. Okay, I'll break it down to you like this, right? The conservative women of Texas, they moved to Austin to look for a liberal prince. And then the conservative men of Texas moved to Austin so they could fuck a dude and not be called a faggot. That creates a very weird, odd sexual energy here. I don't know. I haven't found anybody interesting. I think a lot of the conversations here are fucking shallow water. No one gets real deep. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. I feel just no one sparked me. I feel like a lot of people here are bland, you know, whatever. But it's a very outdoors place. It's a very outdoor city. It's one of those. So a lot of bars, a lot of things, whatever. It's outdoors. There's plenty of ways to meet people. I mean, there's trails. You can go paddle boarding or whatever else. I mean, there's fucking bars galore if that's your gig. You know, you're not your gig. You're the one who, you do a course thing for recovery and so forth. You did like a 14-month course, I believe. But me personally, I just haven't, there's attractive people here. You know, I've definitely, you know, all right, she's hot, she's attractive. But for me, I don't know. I don't know if it's a generation. I don't know if it's who I am now. But also, I haven't been, like with recovery, I haven't probably been like relationship material. I would say now, it would probably be a good time. Like I could start dating and whatever else. I think I'm open to it. I think also some of the little, the demons in there, the resentments and things and whatever else, that's kind of gone. So I think I could do a functional. I don't think I've ever had a functional relationship. I think they've all been toxic pretty much. Like, not all my life, but, you get it. Good majority of it. But no, I haven't really. To be honest with you, I haven't even gone on a date. But again, I was living in a car, and I don't care what people say. I'm not going to hit on chicks living in a car. I got to a point, especially with with not getting fucked up all the time and so forth. I don't know. I used to go in relationships kind of like taking, they make me feel good or like whatever. Now I want to give to the relationship. So I'm just in a different place in a way. So that's, I think, the single scene thing, whatever, that's more shit on me than probably the actual scene. But me personally, there has not been a person, like there's not been a woman where I'm like, if I don't talk to her before I leave, I am going to regret it. There just hasn't. There's some cool girls, I guess, but there's no one that's just been like, I don't know, you think about them the next day type of shit, Nah, nothing like that. That's me personally. Maybe it's different for you. I don't know. Does that make sense? Let's see. It's wild. Gas over here is $7 a gallon in the Bay, and just outside the Bay towards Sacramento, it's $6.25. Yeah, like I said, dude, it's half the price here. I mean, granted, because there's a lot of oil money in Houston and all of that, so the transportation of oil is cheaper. So pretty much, like, my thing is like any of the inflation, right? Like I hear, you hear on the news or see on the news, everyone when they were bitching about eggs. And people talking about the price of, I don't see any of that. Dude, I get like half a gallon of milk. I don't know. It's like $2 or something, $1.85. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Everyone else, I don't know. So those kind of things I don't see here. I don't know. I think, it just doesn't really, again, it's somewhat the same thing. I'm coming from New York. So like, like Stanhope said in that episode of Louie, it's like it costs $50 an hour just to exist there, and it's like it doesn't here. It's just, some things that people bitch about, I'll say about down here is, usually from like Memorial Day to Labor Day, you pretty much have, it hasn't been like that yet, but it's coming where you're going to have like 100 days of 100 degrees and more. Sometimes that bothers people, like at first it does it, but then you get towards the end of August and it's just always 100, 104, whatever. Doesn't bother me. I mean, it sucks sometimes, driving around and it feels like the sun is fucking always on you no matter what direction you drive in. And like, it does feel like a magnifying glass at times, but I don't know. It doesn't really bother me too much. If it snows here, these people do not know what the fuck to do. They don't have any kind of anything. It's fucking, you can't, you could drive. There's people that attempt it, but the roads are just ice. And the only way they plow is really with the sun in time and like them driving over ice enough. But, I tried to do a couple Uber things. Forget about it. You're going to die out there. But how often does that happen? I don't know. Honestly, in Austin, it seems like also too, while I've heard about, this economy here is rather, things seem to be fine here. I don't know. It's a city with cranes. There's constant construction. I will say that. Constant construction. This city is like they're still trying to figure it out. It's not that the traffic sucks, but the drivers blow. They say everything's bigger in Texas, but I got a feeling there's a lot of little penises in this state. You gotta tell with how they drive. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of little cocks. But I don't know. I will say I'm a little biased somewhat because I think Austin's like so kind of boring and bland that I don't know if there's another city where I could go without drinking and doing hard drugs. Like I don't think I could have gone sober in any other city. I just don't. There's too much going on. you know. So I feel like I owe this city something in a way. I truly believe I don't think I could be doing what I'm doing anywhere else. I mean, I was making a joke the other night where I was like, yeah, if I was in New York and you have the fucking, like the Knicks win, I could see me just doing something stupid. Again, living there, be like, you know what, I'll fucking drink to this. This happens once every 53 years. I could do this once. And then I know what that would turn into. But like, I don't know. I imagine I would have relapsed. You know what I mean? In almost any other place. So, I don't know. It's got that going. But yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, you're going to be paying half of whatever you're paying in San Francisco. I don't know what your views are on things, whatever. I don't know if it matters. But this place is pretty purple in a sense. There's a good, mismatch, but it doesn't seem to cause any tension really. But yeah, it's a pretty purple compared to the rest of Texas. Cop-wise, things seem to be cool. I don't know. They're kind of all right. I used to work at Buzzmill in Austin here, and cops come in, they get free coffees and so forth. So they always pop in. They're fine. I don't know. I never really had a problem with NYPD either. It was like more of when you get outside of like in these little places. Dallas, I'll tell you, cops in Dallas are dicks, straight up. That I will tell you, they are fucking dicks. Here, they're not bad. I don't know. Other than that, but yeah, that's Austin, and that's me being nice about it. Because I don't really want to throw out a bunch of my opinions because you may not feel the same thing, when you come here. I don't know. Food's interesting, I guess. Food's interesting. I don't mean this in a bad way. It's just, again, coming from New York, everything's made by Mexicans, kind of. So it's like you go to an Asian place, it's usually Mexicans cooking it. Italian place, Mexicans. It's fine. But it's like when I'm in New York, I go to an Italian restaurant, Italians. You go to a Thai place, it's fucking, you go Jamaican sub shop, it's fucking Jamaicans. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I miss about the city is the food. I mean, people talk about barbecue all you want. It's like, how much fucking barbecue can you eat in a year? I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, but that's just like a small thing, But let's see. Did I answer everything? You want me to stop talking about it now? Thanks for the input. I got pulled over last time in Dallas with California plates, and they were dicks. Yes. I have New York plates, and I'll tell you right now, I'm not gung-ho about doing shows in Dallas, and if I do them, someone else is driving. I'm not going to fucking deal with it. But yeah, having California plates, dude, fuck yeah, dude. They'll definitely pull you over for sure for nothing, or at least follow you, give you a hard time. That's the kind of place if they find like a marijuana seed on you, then you're busted. Fucking nuts. It's nuts. I lived in Tucson, Arizona for college. Oh, good for you. So you get the Hispanic Southwest vibe. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing against it. It's just when it comes to the food, I love. I don't know. I just like the authenticity. That's all. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of tacos, a lot of shit like that. It's fine. you know, they've got some good places to eat here, for sure. Good restaurants and stuff. But I don't know. It's again, you'll pay half of everything you're paying, everything. And honestly, dude, probably even more because I don't know what California state tax is. I imagine, honestly, and I don't think I'm exaggerating. I feel like it's 40% of your paycheck. That will come back to you. I think that's a nice thing. What is there, like 8 states that don't have it? Tennessee, Florida, whatever. I think like Montana or Wyoming, some shit like that. But I don't know if there's much to do here per se, like things that happen. You get some concerts here and there. I don't know, you know, like the Moody Theater. They got the Longhorns. You know, you could drive an hour for the Spurs, right? Houston and all that, if you're into that shit. I don't know. But yeah, it's an very outdoors city, and a very dog city. Everyone's got a dog. So, yeah. I wish I had more information about things, like dating scene, whatever, but I don't know. I don't, plus I kind of don't engage. I should start, but I just haven't been in the mindset of it, you know. I feel like, me personally, I just think right now a woman would get in the way, you know. And I think I'm doing good. Again, even though a lot of stuff isn't showing up in the box score. I don't know. I think I'm doing good. So, anyway, here we go. This is great. Oops. So, yeah, anything else, man? I'm more than happy to talk about. Yeah, I was a little fired up when I came here, but I guess I'm not now. I don't know. I'm more of in my zone when it comes to a lot of the noise and the chatter. I'm really not listening to. I'm just trying to gain reps in a way. And again, kind of like the title, I keep saying to myself now, protect the mission. And some of you might be like, dude, what's the mission? The mission is basically like being better. Let's say, 3 months from now, being better at stand-up than I am now. A month from now, being better. That's the mission. That's the mission. That's the mission. And along the way, there might be some opportunities to kind of showcase some results, like maybe this dumb fucking Austin funniest thing, or even just getting more spots, maybe a possible Kill Tony, whatever, bucket pull in the near future. You know what I mean? So, yeah, again, with protecting the mission, I don't know. I like what I've got right now. I think it's working really great. I haven't even been in this apartment for a year. And, yeah, I just think my attitude, I think the discipline I'm able to do, I think right now that's more important and so forth, But I also don't maybe have a great concept of relationships. My parents weren't like the best model for that. So I don't know. And also, again, just haven't found, it's so weird. I don't know. I hope that's not a part of me that's dead and it's kind of coming back, kind of like the return to self, where it's like, I get, maybe there'll be that energy. But yeah, again, there just has not been a woman where I'm like, I want to see you again. I want to hear you fucking talk again. So I take that back. There is one actually, but she's got a dude, and I think he's a good guy. So I haven't said a fucking word about it, but I will admit there is one. So I mean, I don't, I'd like to listen to her talk more, but who knows? Maybe that, if I had the opportunity, maybe I don't know. Does that make sense? That's kind of the only one. So, but everything else, you know, it's fine. It's fine. There's things that like Colin Quinn talks about. But then again, this is more New York related in a sense. But Colin kind of brings up, he's got a great special on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, it's a New York story, I think. And one part he brings up where it's like things in New York, like things you do in New York are considered rude anywhere else, and things that you do here would be considered rude in New York. So, like walking into a place and be like, hey, give me a slice, right? In New York, that's not rude. Just give me a fucking slice because there's a line. You don't want to hold it up, whatever. But like someone from outside comes in, some tourist, you know, and they're just going up to the line and being like, oh my God, look at all this pizza. Jeez, it must be hot back there in that oven. That's considered rude in New York. So I'm very short, blunt, here. It's considered rude. I don't really talk to my neighbors because why would you? Like in New York, you just fucking, why would I do that? Yeah. You know? So here, they love that shit. They need it. Otherwise, they get all weird and stuff and can't just let you be yourself. I don't know. That's a thing I've seen here. You know, it's just how I just live in New York wise. And then coming here and being New York here, it's, yeah, a lot of people just take it as rude and whatever, you know. But then they'll just tell me, bless my heart, which means go fuck yourself in Texan. Well, yeah. But yeah, man, whatever you choose, you know. But I would highly recommend just getting out of California. It's not going to get better. It's just not. There's going to be another fire. There's going to be another thing. I mean, Christ, Larry Silverstein there, 9/11 guy. He just, put an insurance policy on that fucking tall building there in L.A.? So, who knows what's going to happen with that. But, I mean, I imagine it's probably going to go down, right? Or something. So, yeah, get out of there. Get out of there. And again, at least here, I think Dallas, I think Houston might be a little different and so forth. I will say this, Houston's got more diversity if you're into that. I kind of am a little bit. I don't know. There is a lot of white, you know, a lot, which whatever. But again, being in New York, dude, it's just like I've seen every fucking flavor of Skittles, and there's some I miss, you know. But I don't know. I don't let it bother me like so many of these other people here. You know, it's kind of like a bad president. You know, I don't really let it bother me. They'll be gone soon. You know, we'll get another one that people will like and won't like, and it'll just be this fucking merry-go-round of the same shit, you know. So I like a line I've been trying to make funny. I don't know if it is. I doubt it. But it's like, you know, I'm Tim Warner. I'm 48. And the hardest thing about life isn't getting older. It's pretending to be surprised. I think that's the hardest thing about life. When you just see things in the news, you see stuff, you hear stories, and it's just like, I've seen this before. Okay, I've seen this before. I think that's the hardest thing about life. But I don't know. Again, I will say there really is no other place I think I could have gotten my life to where it is. I don't think I think honestly, because it's an outdoor city and so forth, there are a lot of people that are very active, a lot of walkers and so forth, and so like there's, you know, a lot of fit people here in a sense. Not saying everyone is, but there are a lot of fit people. And I've tried to work out before in my life and whatever, and I don't do anything amazing. I'm just trying to look just fit. Like I care about myself. I don't need to be anything. But I think that has a little influence as well. Just because you're seeing some other people fit and be like, yeah, I wouldn't mind looking like that, you know. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I will say I don't I don't really know what it's like to live in Dallas. I don't know what it's like to live in Houston. I've been in Houston, like when I was doing the COVID thing, whatever. I spent like maybe 2-3 weeks there. I will say one of the weeks was when they had that fucking snowstorm, and I was just in a Walmart parking lot, and basically everything's closed. But the good news is gas, they were running out of gas. But at the time, the car I had was diesel. So they actually still had diesel. So I was able to like get gas, but there was nothing I could do. Pardon me, until that melted. And then that's when I think I went from Houston to Dallas, and then Dallas to Austin. And then I kind of committed to here, even though that wasn't a plan. But, you know, I thought I had different expectations of the scene at that time. Or maybe hopes, whatever. I had hopes. I want to say expectations because it's hard to be like, I expect this to be like this. Oh, no, you know, but yeah, I didn't think it would be the system that it is now. And I don't know. Things were different, you know. Rogan was different. You know, he wasn't necessarily like a puppet of Trump that he is now, or at least working with him, whatever it is. He was curious about things. And it seemed like someone just curious about the right things and so forth. And now, you know, so I kind of thought like, I don't know, I thought a bunch of like, kind of like Hickses and Carlins and whatever, and Stanhopes were going to move here. And I kind of thought it would be like, I don't know, I thought it'd be, quote unquote, they used to have this back in the day at Houston, but the Outlaws of Comedy. And, yeah, I thought it'd be a lot of that. And it's turned out to be the opposite. You know what I mean? I think it's interesting. There aren't really a lot of people, I don't know if they watched it, but there aren't a lot of people talking about Tony's special, Man of the People. Not good. Woo. Not good in a number of ways. It's just crazy. But whatever. I think it's just interesting that all of these people have turned into what they used to rebel against. You know what I mean? I think it's fascinating. I think it's fascinating Rogan has become Mencia. Like they've become, they never wanted a system, and then now they've got a fucking system. This isn't a scene. And it's just, it's the irony to me is just really funny. It's really funny. And, you know, for all the bragging and saying how great this comedy scene is that they've been saying, they're full of shit. It's not that great. It hasn't been that great. But whatever. Now it's just cool to dump on this place. I was doing it for the past fucking 4 years. And now it's just everyone's doing it. So now I just sound like a fucking hack. But, you know, it's kind of interesting. Ooh, what do we got here? What are you saying, love thy neighbor? It's wild that Rogan is the mouthpiece of the Epstein class. It is fucking insane, dude. It's insane. I kind of did it. I was riffing last night, whatever. Ended up after Shakespeare's, I went to Anderson Mill. And I was kind of riffing on this. And it's crazy to me. No comedian ever. I did a thing where I was like picking comedians from the past, being able to like call presidents or whatever, to have like Lenny Bruce talk to like Dwight D. Eisenhower or whatever the fuck. Have like Richard Pryor talking to Nixon, being like, "Can you be nicer to black guys? Thanks." Like he's got some red phone, like Batman. No comedian should be able to ever fucking text the president. I'm sorry. Like there should be a circle of people that aren't fucking celebrity. It doesn't matter. It's nuts that they turned into. And I don't know. Again, I was riffing. I don't know if it's ever going to be anything. But I was like, and now my biggest fear is like, in 5 to 10 years, am I going to be like anti-grunge? Am I all of a sudden going to be a guy who's, because like I'm all about like be independent, think for yourself, fucking create. You're going to die soon, yada, yada. So do everything you can. Like, am I going to turn into like, get the electric car, follow the system. AI is great. Like, there's no need to worry about nothing. Your government's the best. Like, am I going to be that? Is that just what happens? Like, punk, as it grows up, just fucking turns into that? Like, punk becomes conservative, but with, like, a fucking spiked mohawk and ripped jeans and chains? Is that what just happens as age? You become what you hate? I hope not. But at least in this case, it seems like it. George Carlin line 2. Yeah, it's just like, dude, how would, yes, Mr. Reagan, we have Carlin on line 2. No, I don't even think George, I think, would do face-to-face more than a phone call. But it's just, that's great, dude. That's great. Love thy neighbor. Yeah, it's just wild to me. It's wild to me that, they've had people on their show. They work with comedians that have used other people's material. There's some instances in Tony's special where people are saying that's a joke that's similar to this guy and fucking what have you. But it's like, it's just crazy to me. The things that you rebelled against. The thing that really started getting us on board with you. And now I just wonder if anyone's going to jump on stage when Tony's up and just be like, this guy's not a comedian. He's a podcaster. I wonder. Probably not. I mean, Christ, even if you heckle at that fucking place once, they throw you out. They got your face on a thing so you never be able to come back in. Wait, I don't know. Where's the fun in that? What happened? That's why I don't really go to that place much. I don't agree with the phones in the thing unless it's something like a Kill Tony or if you got somebody who's working on their hour, right? Then I get it. But a fucking Tuesday night, the regular show at the Vulcan, yeah, there's no need for phones to be in things. It's stupid. I think it's stupid. And it doesn't protect anything, obviously. Because imagine if people had the cell phones out at the mothership, they would have been filming the fucking little clips that ended up making up Tony's special. And it's just, maybe that's the protection. Maybe it's not the language. Maybe it's the lack of effort that they're trying to protect. Because to me, that special seemed lazy as fuck, dude. That seemed like a team that was down by 30 in the fourth quarter, and then we're just going through the motions. Hopefully they'd be down by 20 at the end of the game. That's what that thing seemed like. And I just find it insane. How do I say this? Just because you try doesn't mean it's going to be amazing, right? But why wouldn't you fucking try? Why wouldn't you want one of the best specials ever? Especially as somebody who has sat around for the last 15 years critiquing people that have been doing it for 2. Every time I'm on that fucking show, he asks me how long I've been doing it. 13 years, 14 years, 15 years. And he fucking mocks me. This dude had 10 years since One Shot, which is completely scrubbed off the internet, right? That's how bad that was. And now you have this opportunity. God bless you, dude. Right? However, whether they wanted the show, right? They wanted episodes of the show, and then you were like, hey, you throw in a special, dude, you guys got it. I don't know, maybe that's how it was. But what you're sitting there critiquing and judging. It's like, to me now, none of you, not like it did, but it's just like your words have no value. You want me to be a golden ticket winner? I don't know if that's a good thing. Like, you think I'm great? Maybe I'm doing something fucking wrong. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to be a murderer. You could say what you will about false gods, Brian Callen. It's not good. But I feel like Callen tried. I think he really put in effort. But he just happened to lose by 25. But I don't think there was a moment where I think he tried and he kept turning over the ball, kept missing shots, didn't do that well, couldn't get back on defense, but he fucking tried. And that was his best effort. But this just seems so fucking lazy. And I've seen some of the material for it. Let's go to the chat. What do we got here? That special was mailed in. He already had the Netflix contract. Okay, I don't disagree with that. It was very cringe. I'm not a comedian, and I could have written a better hour in a month than that, for real. I see what you're saying, but I don't know if that's true. A month? I'll give you a year. Okay. Like going over and over it again and working it out? Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'll let you keep it. A month. I'll let you keep it. Regardless, though, if you had the contract or not. Pride. What is it? Integrity? Like, character. It's like, I don't know. I know lately we've been talking about basketball and sports a little bit more, but it's just like a player that goes to a shit team, like a Trae Young who goes to Washington for the money. He's never going to really win there. You know what I mean? And it's just that kind of shit. Why would you just take the money, dude? Like, why don't you just go for it? And be like, I don't know, just be a beat. Why wouldn't you want to be the best at this? I just don't get it. Why would you mail it in? That philosophy, it doesn't make sense to me. And the other one you did, you fucking scrubbed off the goddamn internet. It was so bad. This, you have a redemption. Like, I don't know how it works, but obviously things must not have been that great if you scrubbed the first one off the internet. So now you go through life and this show, right, ends up fucking blowing up and all this and whatever else. And people love it. It is entertaining, right? And then here, you've got this opportunity now again. Why wouldn't you? And you can go, well, Tim, the roast. Dude, he's got like a dozen writers. I just don't know why you want it. I don't know why you would want to mail it in. I don't know why you would want to look like that. I don't know how you could look at the editing. I don't know how I don't know how it works. Okay? I'll admit that. My success rate probably has not even come close. I'm very surprised there aren't him or people around him that were like, you shouldn't put this out. Try again. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised. And the thing is, I'll tell you this. For the sake of this system here, I really wanted it to be good. I really wanted it to be good. I really wanted it to be great. I really did. And when I saw like the trailer clips, I was kind of like, oh boy. But maybe they're not showing the exact best, whatever. But so much crowd work. And a lot of the crowd work, in a way too, I was kind of surprised, didn't go anywhere. That surprised me. I do feel like some of those people were there, like planted. And he did it at the same place Carlin did his second special. I think it's called George Carlin Again, and that was in a round, and it was at the same venue, and that fucking kind of turns my stomach as well. Like, that's just disrespectful to the GOAT. I don't know, dude. It's like, again, basketball players, when they go to MSG, right, they always play a little bit better because it's just that opponents I'm talking to, you know, they play a little bit better because there's something about being on that court in that arena. So here you are, you're picking that play. I know that's somewhat, there's that Carlin connection. And you don't fucking try to hit it out of the park. I don't know, dude. Maybe, I don't know. But for the sake of the scene, for the sake of the credibility of the show, you know. I really wanted it to be great. I really did. And it's not. I don't know what else to say. Let's go to the chat. What do we got here? That was my thought. I can't believe nobody stopped him. Yeah, man. But who knows? I don't know the reasoning. I've had some thoughts. I had some thoughts, you know. I don't know if he has any friends. I think he has people around him. I think the people that are around him, they want, like, how do I say it? Some of that, like, I think they want that Kill Tony fucking glaze. I don't know if they really, like, I like this guy. This guy's my friend. I don't know if he has them. He might talk to some people. I don't know. Like even Rogan, I wonder if they're like really like friends, or is it more of like a gotten to a point of a coworker type of relationship or something. You know, they're friendly to one another in a way. They've worked with each other a bunch, but I don't know if he has people he can go to and be like, I don't know if my special's that good. What do you think I should do? Or would you watch this and tell me what you think honestly? Because I don't know. But the whole thing I find surprising. I'm just surprised because, you know, you see some of the interview, like some of these things where, you know, the hungry wolf. They should never have let a hungry wolf eat or whatever, right? And it's like, okay, I get that mentality. I'm not against it. And I kind of liked it at the time where it's like, how you do that Tom Brady thing, you know, and you just boom, boom, boom. And it's like, okay, good for you, dude. You got some clout from that, whatever else and so forth. And, you know, after some of the Trump stuff at Puerto Rico, whatever, that people took in whatever ways, and all of that, right? So good for you. But again, a team of writers. But I just thought maybe he did have that mentality. I don't know. But for all the shit talking you've done to people, you know, you're getting up. Now, granted, one thing I've also said too, he only gets up at the mothership, right? Me personally, let's say, I don't know if this will happen, but let's say I worked at the mothership. I was getting stage time. In this city, I would use that as a way to get up everywhere else. I would use that as a way to get up 3-4 times a fucking night. That's me. So if I had a thing coming up, if I had a special, I mean, I got this dumb, stupid, fucking Austin's Funniest thing. And I'm going around asking, hey, can I get this time? Sending messages to people, get on this show. Will you give me some time here? You know, I stop by places, you know, be like, hey, Warner, you want to go up and do 5? Yeah, great. Right? So you have this big thing that's going to be on Netflix. Christ, your fucking show gets what, like 3 million views a fucking thing? So you have the possibility of like 2 million people checking out your fucking special. I'd be up everywhere here. Why wouldn't you do a warm-up tour? And I don't know. I mean, you could have hit up Dallas, like you do Kill Tony on Monday. You could be Dallas, Houston, like San Antonio, Austin, just on repeat, working the hour. That's me. I'd be going to Buzzmill. Hey, let me get some time here. You know, I'd go to Roscoe's. They have an audience. All right, let me get some time. I'd be on every single secret show. They're like, Red Band, put me up. Let me do like 20. Let me work on my fucking set. I don't know. I don't get it. And I hope that's not the like, how do I say this? Right? In companies, like how the bottom people are based on the top people. So if the top people are mailing it in, not trying, what's that say about everybody else? And it doesn't, whatever, this is kind of me shit now in a way, and I'm sorry about that, but it's like, you know how many people laugh at this fucking scene? You try to go do some shows in Houston, whatever else, and it's like, oh, where are you from? Well, I'm from New York. I'm in Austin. Oh. So you didn't make it in New York. Now you're in Austin, and you might be decent because the scene sucks. So, like, being somewhat lower than mediocre is crushing there. Doesn't help it. It doesn't help it. So, you know, I go up, I do what I do. I don't really talk a lot about, I don't know, trans. I don't give a shit. I don't want to switch my sex, so I don't care. You know, I'm not gay stuff. I don't care. Gives a shit. You know, even with the fact that I haven't dated, I don't sit there and call women bitches and whore and whatever. I mean, some of them are kind of cunty, sure, but this whole, like, these bitches and using it as a punchline. Like, you say a thing, and if you don't get a laugh, you end your fucking thing with bitch, and then that gets a chuckle. And it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. And everyone just follows suit. You know, there's not a lot of, there's a couple more than there used to be, but for the most part, it's just like, again, it's a system, not a scene. And it's like, you want to get involved with the system, you want to do, okay, get in there. But, I don't know. But at the same time, too, it matters and it doesn't, but like for me, it doesn't. I still got to write what I do. I still got to get up. I still got to protect the mission. And the mission is to be better than I was yesterday. To be better in August than I was yesterday. To be better at the end of the year than I am right now. You know what I mean? To be funnier. To have a better set. To have more things. And with more reps, more work, it's getting better. I'm getting up. It's good. I have a lot more work to do. Again, the recovery aspect of shit, the mind. Even thinking, could I be funny without getting fucked up? That took some time, like a couple years. I don't think I had fun really until like 3 months ago, personally. But these are just my thoughts, man. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And the funny thing is, I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it. And I just don't know why. It should be brought up. I'm not trying to dig at the guy, but my question is, why that? Why would you just do that? I don't know. Well, we'll go to the chat. I love it. Love thy neighbor. Yeah. I love it. Thank you so much for talking. I think the power dynamic is off. Same with Rogan. Nobody warned Joe that his material wasn't up to snuff. No one would, buddy. No one would. They all kiss. Yes, they all kiss the ring when they come on the pod, Rogan and Kill Tony, without a doubt. But it's like also, I mean, you don't go up there and like pick a fight per se, right? But Jesus. I mean, again, here's the thing, though. I will say about Rogan's, I've seen, not lately, but like I would say probably half of that special, if not a little bit more, of the, not the crowd work, but of the actual like material. I've seen him do it in rooms, mostly Vulcan. I've seen it there, you know, even the ending, which I thought, again, when he did the thing about like, you know, if the Jews really controlled the media, do you think they'd let me, you know, whatever, and then the lights go out? That's when it should have ended. Rolled credits. Why would you bring the lights back up? Ruins the delusion. You know, but he does that on stage. I've seen that. Rogan's I saw at Vulcan. I went a number of times and watched him work it. And I don't know. There were some things that weren't in it that I saw him do. But for the most part, his was, it seemed like energy with him. There were some nights where, and I don't know him well enough. I've never talked to him other than that time on Kill Tony. But I did notice that like some nights it was better than, and a lot of it had to do with his energy and mindset. So, he could have been stressing. He could have been. I respect the fact he did it live. And what's this? Hallelujah. Who do we got here? Daniel Silva. Hallelujah. What are you saying hallelujah to, buddy? I'm not against it. I'm just curious of what you're saying. Hallelujah, and welcome. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Chatting in and so forth. But again, though, Rogan, I feel tried. So it's like I don't get too upset or too critical. Right? But, this thing, it just looked like no effort. Or let me take that back. That's kind of strong. Very little effort. It seemed like. And I just don't get that. I don't get that. I try with this. I need to try more. I definitely need to try more to get people on board with the live stream, and grow this, right? But I am putting in effort. I'm trying. I should try more. I should just, what? That's the lesson here, right? So it doesn't seem like it's trying. I don't know if he did or not. Okay. What can I do from this point on? Right? What can I learn from this in a way? And what I can learn is, maybe I should try harder. Even when I think I'm trying, try harder. Why not? So maybe that's the gift that was bestowed upon us by man of the people. That's why, dude, I love the fact, and again, I don't know if you guys are here, but I love the fact. I'm sorry. I love this. People of the man. That open mic. I think it's great. Because a lot of the humor, a lot of the people that come to this, dude, you know how many people are coming there? Don't even do stand-up. It's kind of weird. That's like, what? Why wouldn't you try? Just don't fucking get it. Pardon me, I just don't get it at all. Oh my God, we got some more people in here. Welcome. This is dope. Let me get to everybody here. Daniel's saying, preach, these people do need to be called out. Yeah, I don't disagree. Crowd work. Ooh, who's this? Jack Johnny, 315. Act Johnny, 315. You're from Syracuse. I probably know who you are. Crowd work is annoying. Give me some punchlines I can use at work. Without a doubt. Or give me something at the water cooler, dude. For me, a special, again, I've talked about it before. I'll just say it quick. I don't want to, beat the dead horse. Me personally, dude, one of my goals is, one of the protect the missions is, if I get the opportunity and I get to do a thing, one, it would be live. More likely, I'm trying to think realistically, right? I'm probably going to do something on YouTube. I don't know if I'll get to the point where Netflix, whatever, right? But I would do it live. So I would live stream the recording of my special. And I want to make like a concept album, dude. Like Dark Side of the Moon, like the fucking White Album, like Our Lady Peace, Spiritual Machines, like just... And again, most of them, there is like a theme. There's a concept. There's things. Like you look at any of the Carlin ones, dude, the titles matched fucking like the theme of the fucking hour. And, you could do your jokes. Like, you take like a Jesselnick. At least he themes and flows his things together. They're all separate little one-liners. So it's like, you want to do the things on the black, Mexican, Chinese, whatever you want to make fun of, fine. But what's the fucking theme, dude? Just randomness being thrown together and calling it a package. I don't know. It's just disappointing when you're supposed to be one of the fucking representatives here that people are supposed to fucking look up to. You're supposed to be a fucking role model. And what are you doing? You just shit on people and whatever and just be a prick. And then if anyone says it on your fucking show, if anyone were to bring it up on the show, he would edit that part out before they fucking put it on, because it's not really a live podcast. Yes, it's recorded live, and then 2 weeks later you see it on YouTube. And sometimes they take out things, whatever else that might make him look bad. How insecure, how much of a fucking complete hypocrite. Just disappointing. So I got to do my end then. I just got to work harder. And it's easy to sit and fucking critique and whatever else, blah, 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 blah. But you know what also, too? I'll say this in my defense, possibly. I'm nothing amazing, okay? I'm just a dude trying to put his life back together, right? Now, first of all, I put myself in the position. I didn't make good decisions, wise decisions, mostly emotional decisions when I was a mess. When I was fucking drinking and doing all these drugs and being homeless, being a fucking addict. And I've worked my way out of it. And I've had very, 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 very little help from this scene, this system. But yet, I still, boom, right? I'm not saying I'm fucking amazing, but I've climbed out of it. I've gotten myself together, and actually I think I'm a little bit funnier than I was in my fucking drinking days. I got to get the consistency back, but I am. And, yeah, I look down on people who don't fucking try. Like, I don't know how you can't be striving for something. And I know sometimes people replace kids with that. And it's like, oh, my purpose in life, my kids. Yeah, great. Good for you. I think it's a cop-out. What are you striving for? And I'm not saying everyone isn't, but it's the ones that don't. It fucking irks me. You die someday. Whatever this is, it ends. I'm not saying it all ends. I don't fucking know. But what we're experiencing now, comes to a fucking end. I don't understand. And then again, someone could have came to me 10 years ago and maybe said the same shit to me. But at least when I was getting fucked up, I still was striving. I still was writing. I was still trying to get up. Now, granted, sometimes I'd be too fucked up and I'd ruin those shows and maybe kill my reputation for a little bit. Okay. But you know what I did? I went back to the notebook and I wrote. Because Hemingway would get fucked up and write. Hunter S. Thompson would get fucked up and write. Stanhope would get fucked up and write. So I would write. I'd at least fucking try. That's all. I just don't get it. And if I was in his position, I would want to destroy. I would want to have a really good special. So then now when people come on the show and I'm a dick and I say my things, it's kind of like, yeah, but you know what? His special is good. Yeah, okay. I'll listen to some of your words, some of your critiques, But, man. And I also just think the ego's too big. Where it's like, for example, someone like me to say something, let's say, I don't know, someone clips this, whatever else, puts it out there, right? Then, I'm a liberal hack, cunt, loser, never made it, blah, 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 unsuccessful. That's what I am. Yeah, sorry. This is really disappointing, guys. And it feels like I'm not the only one that feels that way. What do we got here? There's some more in here. This is great. Awesome, man. Thanks, Daniel. This is how I feel. You know, I'm a, not that I think, yeah, this is an art. You know, it just, there haven't been a lot of artists doing comedy lately. You know, like I've said, the industry is sold out. You can't punch up when you're standing right next to them. This is the best you could do. If you're hanging out with the elites, the best you could do is punch sideways. You can't punch up. So stop the cigars. Stop the golfing. Stop hanging out with the fucking elites and billionaires and I guess a trillionaire. Stop it. We were cigarettes and leather coats, man. We were the rebels. We were the somewhat, in a sense, possibly modern day philosophers, in a way, where you look at the world and go, isn't this, why do you guys find this weird? Or why is this? What is it? I feel like a lot of the comedy I love comes from a curiosity. The fuck is that? What are we doing that? That's weird. That's hard. That's scary. That's stupid. That's all. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'll continue in another minute. It just really bothers me. What do we got here? A day without buzz is a day that never was. As we get older, the buzz changes. Ooh. At first, not that I didn't like it, but as someone who, no more Coke, no more fucking booze. But I get what you're saying. The buzz does change. It does. But also, though, dude, at the core, you know, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I was just saying, like, you know, it's like punk grows up and hates the things, like it becomes the things it hates. Like Rogan and them become Mencia. You know, it's just, it's come full circle. And I hope I don't do that. You know, I hope at least the core stays, the values, the worldview. And I'm not saying that my views are the greatest or anything of that, but they're mine. And I just hope I don't sell them out. You ain't gonna find me on a golf course, I'll tell you that fucking much. I love that bit Carlin did about how golf courses, you should make them places for the homeless. And I remember, I don't know, maybe being 15, 16, laughing my asses off at that. My dad would try to make me go golf, and I hated it. It sucked. I'll do putt-putt, miniature golf, whatever. Sure. But just fucking, ugh. That's where all the deals are made. You know? So we're going to have those towers go down on the 11th? Okay. All right, so we bomb Iran. Well, hey, quiet down. I'm trying to putt this in the green. You were saying? Yeah, we're going to bomb Iran on this day. Me. Epstein files. Puff, 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 puff. It's not good. And by the way, too, Tony keeps saying he comes from an all-black neighborhood. Let me ask you guys a question. If Tony lives in the neighborhood, is it all black? I don't think so. They're in it. He's in it. So it's not all black. It's mostly black. That's one thing that bothered me throughout the whole fucking... keep saying it lately, too. I'm from an all-black neighborhood, all-black neighborhood. If you were in the neighborhood, it's not all black. It's mostly black. But that's you grifting. You know? Well, I got a gun now. Put it in my mouth. I'm a homo. You know, you're a grifter. What's your fucking real view? What do you really think? Put yourself out there. I dare you. Be vulnerable. And put it out there and watch people fucking trash you and you still do it. In the internet, it's easy. I get it. Everyone sits around. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck that. Nah, suck. Do it live. Show who you are. You know, and if you get the crowd to laugh and to relate, make a fucking connection. That's what it's about. Just like I was saying earlier about relationships, right? Where I used to go into relationships, taking. You know, a lot of these comics, they want to get laughs. They want to get laughs. No, you give it. You give laughter to people. That's how you make the connection. You don't fucking take from them. You give them the gift of laughter, right? They say laughter is the best medicine. Here's a little present for you. I'm not going to take that medicine from you. You know, it just doesn't fucking make sense. I don't know how people could do it. I really don't. You know, it's like, I don't know how you could stay in on a beautiful day. I don't know. I don't know. There's things I don't understand. But to be, what's the word I'm looking for? But to be correct, to be whatever, if you were to come to me 10 years ago, you could probably yell at me for the same things, you know? If I was a little bit more focused, like in New York, like the way I am now, forget about it. You know? I used to hang out. I used to spend a lot of time with and perform with people that, like, you guys probably fucking love. You know, I used to sit in the back of open mics and shows with Tim Dillon talking about fucking conspiracy theories and vision boards, you know? And a lot of them were really great conversations, dude. Really, I knew Tim when he was straight. You know, and, but, you know, there would be times they would recommend me for things, whatever. Hey, why don't you put Warner on this, or like get Warner this opportunity, and then I'd booze it up and thinking, you know, this is going to help me, and then I would do a little too much. Or there was that thing of like, all right, Tim, you got this big audition coming up, so can you not get fucked up this week and just boom, boom, boom. And I would until about 2 hours before the performance, because I get down there earlier because I'm all fucking being right. And I get down there early, and it would be a little bit too early for a fucking addict. And then what would I do? Well, I guess I'll just go to this bar here for a minute. Fuck it. I'll just grab a pint, put it in my pocket, take a couple sips, yada, yada, yada. Next thing you know, I get a little too tipsy, and then the audition is just me ranting about the world with no fucking jokes. Maybe one joke. Ugh. You know? Ridiculous. Let's see what we got here. Tim when he was straight. Yeah, dude. I do want to say, who's this, by the way? It's Daniel Silva. You know what, though? I've always... whenever I said that to people, I always get to laugh. I would love to go on like Kill Tony and have Tim be on the panel, and I would love to say that line. Be like, oh yeah, dude, I knew Tim when he was straight. Probably still is too, but you know, whatever. To each their own. But yeah, I just I don't know. I know we talked about it for a while, but. Yeah, it was just disappointing, man. But I'm glad I talked about it, because at the end of the day, right, there are lessons to get out of it. There are some good things that were given by it. And, yeah, try, give effort, do the best you can. Like I said, it may not be greatness, but it's like, it's your best. And there's nothing wrong with your best. People, like, I could see people go on stage, for example. Maybe the audience doesn't laugh at them per se, but you could tell they've got structure. You could tell they've got stage, like, you could tell some things. And it's not like, oh, that they suck. It's just like, no, you've got it. It's just, I don't know. You know, it's crazy how much you got to work on it. Or just slowly kind of figure out how to share your worldview with people to where they'll laugh and also come along with the journey, you know? I mean, it took me some time to kind of realize that the times I do the best is when I'm not understanding something and trying to figure out and it seems like it's in real time, right? Because of the material, but that's when I do my best. And you have the audience come with you on the journey as you discover the things and so forth, you know? But whatever. Maybe some of my philosophies also is why I've been, I've not, whatever. I don't even know if there is success in comedy, for Christ's sakes. It seems like being real funny than dying works real well. How many times, I don't even have Twitter, but how many times do I see like some kind of George Carlin Twitter thing shared on another platform still, I mean, granted, a lot of it is the Earth's going to be fine, right? There's that one. And then voting, I don't vote. And everyone says I don't have the right to bitch. I have the right to bitch more than anyone else because I didn't pick either one of these cocksuckers. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But hopefully, like what happens as audiences, though? That's the thing, right? Like, audiences aren't going to stop. Like, if Tony's performing in your city, does this mean you're not going to go? He's not going to sell it out? Yeah, people will go. So, also, there hasn't been any fucking consequences for so many of these people. Especially with, like, podcasts on YouTube and Patreons and all this shit where people are making fucking $40,000 a month or whatever, making like $1 million a year through their platforms and whatever. So, yeah, I guess why try? There's a flaw in the system. I don't know. But I think a lot of that podcast time really got to people's heads when they're sitting there getting millions of views and millions of views, I think it went to your head. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. What do we got here? I love this conversation that's happening. Love thy neighbor. Carlin is enjoying a resurgence because the mask is off the two-party system, the one party, and we ain't in it. Yeah, that's another one. Ooh, that's another great bit. You ain't in it. You ain't in the fucking club. Yeah, but I also feel, though, like, I don't know how old you are, buddy, but I feel like back in the day, like, we're talking, like, all right, I think what? I want to say Back in Town is like 1990, maybe 91, right? Complaints and Grievances might be like 94, 96. I'm trying to think, what was the one? Jammin' in New York. Jammin' in New York, I think, begins with him talking about the Iraq War and so forth. I feel like, especially during Bush, the first Bush, and all of that, and Clinton, I think people were waking up to Hicks, Christ, he's what? He died, 94? So he must have been doing in the 90s that whole, like, wait a minute, it's one guy holding both puppets. So I think that was exposed. But then again, I don't know, the generation under, if they had that discovery or if they've believed that it's a two-party system and your vote matters. I don't know, but let's see. What do we got here? I love this. Keep the talk coming. This is great. I touched a nerve. Act Johnny 315. Tell you, Syracuse, New York. I must know who you are. I wrote myself in last time. No third party on the ballot. Oh, that's funny. Good for you. Yeah, I usually, like, if I vote, when I vote, I usually just go third party. I think I'm registered libertarian, even though it doesn't matter what you're registered. In a way, I mean, I guess if you want to vote in the Democratic primaries, you be Democrat. But I grew up, what was it? Yeah, first person I voted for in 96 was Ross Perot. But I love the fact he was, man, he wanted to run the country like a business, dude. He's kind of a madman, but fucking the half-hour infomercials he would do on every channel that he paid for with his own fucking money. I'm just this rich oil tycoon from Houston. I don't know. I mean, again, compared to Bush and Clinton, you know, Clinton was just charismatic. He did what Trump did. So, like, Trump went on all the podcasts and everything, right? Dude, Clinton's going on MTV. Clinton's going on Arsenio Hall playing saxophone. Did the same fucking shit as this dude. And people fell for it. Oh, look, he's at McDonald's. Look at him he's on the fries. It's crazy. Crazy. Again, the hardest part about life isn't getting older. It's pretending to be surprised. Yeah, I feel like I've seen this before, kids. I don't know. But good for you for writing yourself in, Act Johnny 315. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And it's a very interesting, fascinating time to be alive. I don't know. I've been writing about it, and I've been kind of performing in a bit. And again, you know, there's some people that said to me why I haven't put up stand-up clips. And there's times that I'll show you guys what I'm working on during this live stream. But yeah, dude, I don't want to put up a half-assed product. Like, what is it? Seinfeld said, I mean, Carlin and like CK, I think they did like every 2 years, right? To try to do a special every 2 years. What was it? Seinfeld said something interesting. He's like, I think 5 years would be the sweet spot to really work and hone on an act and like to make the changes and let it grow and evolve from a baby to at least a 5-year-old, like in a way. Because it'll change and grow in time. And like a lot of times, you know, people do specials and then it's like after the special, you know, 6 months later, whatever, a year later, it's like, oh, dude, I should have done this with that joke. So, yeah, you should be able to put time in it. And then when you do put the time in, you should get results. Like, hopefully, when I have, let's say, a 5-minute set, like, bam, 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 hopefully 30 laughs, right? 30 laughs, 6 laughs a minute, whatever, hopefully, right? That's what I would want to put out there. And if it's not that, I'm not going to put it out yet. But also, again, some of you don't know, but like with recovery and whatever, I can't. Could I do some of my old stuff? Yeah, but it's not where they come from, like the source of the material, the angle of it, the emotion of it. I don't carry that shit anymore. So it's like I can't really do it. It's like me doing someone else's material. It just doesn't. So now I've basically just kind of gotten rid of everything in a sense. Really, the only thing I kind of do is that Polish goodbye joke, and that's been my opener. And then it goes into the rest. I seem to have a spine of, I picked the wrong time to be sober. I say that. I go into maybe, whatever, a thing on happiness or how we're too comfortable or maybe about dating or about Austin. But every time I can go, I just picked the wrong time to be sober. If I want to talk about aliens, I want to talk about whatever, I just picked the wrong time to be sober, and I can go into anything. And that's something I learned this week, in the past maybe 8-9 days, where I was like, and it's just, it grows and it develops, and the more you work on it and the more and whatever. But it's like some people I see, they just put out stuff. Like I probably shouldn't have put out the Back to the Future bit, but I don't know. I was kind of like, fuck it. I'll probably end up taking it down because I'll end up making it better. You know what I mean? But what do we got here? Keep the chat going. I love this. Jesselnick was just talking about this. Oh, love thy neighbor. He said 3 years in between hours. Oh, he said 3. Interesting. Okay, but it goes up the older he gets. Oh, interesting. Because the audience knows his style. Yes. Okay. So he's got to be more clever. Fascinating. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, and we also got Act Johnny here. That's why life goes faster as we get older. We have seen it already. Fast forward, and when we were young, it's all new. Yeah, wait, what was that? Yeah, they say like, it's the years you get older, years feel shorter. Yes and no. Yes and no. How do I say this? Like, I feel like, for example, and not in a bad way, I feel like 2026 hasn't felt fast to me, right? But when I'm standing in 2027, it'll seem like that, if that makes sense. Like, for me personally, like right now, days and months and years, it's a good pace. But also I like certain words like worthwhile. I'm trying to make my days worthwhile, right? Or while it's worthy. Fulfillment. I like to have my days fully filled. So I'm trying to put as much into my days. And I seem to have a good pace. But you are true. The repetition of the rotation of whatever, the earth around the sun, it does, as you get older, seem to go faster. It does a little bit. But I think that's also perception. I mean, I remember, again, when I first started getting sober, right? You sit there, you hear someone, and they're like, yeah, dude, I'm 3 years. And you sit there, you're like maybe a month in, and you're like, 3 fucking years. Ugh. Here I am. I'm getting closer to 4 years than I am 3.5. Not saying it went by like that, but it went by like that. But it did it. It was fucking torturous at times and awful. The second year was and that felt like it was forever. It wasn't. In a way, it's just this. Your life just this. You'll be 80 and you'll just be able to see so much of your life like that. I think that's also a thing. Because you can't see the future, but any time in the past can be brought up like that. So I also think that kind of manipulates how we take time. This is great, guys. Thank you so much for this. This is fucking awesome. What else we got here? Oh, boy. Okay. Why? Okay, here we go. All right. Why do Polish names end in ski? What do you got? I'm curious. Why? And I'll wait. I'll wait for the punchline. This is fun. All right, you know what else too? I was kind of nervous talking about Man of the People, but you guys made me feel like I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but it's just like as someone who's here in Austin, and again, when I left New York, my goal was Denver. I was going to move to Denver. I wanted to see a more natural skyline and so forth, the Rocky Mountains and all that. And like I said, I came here, and then I kind of thought like, because there was like that, I don't want to say, just rebellion against it's not really against COVID as much as it was against the medicinal martial law that they put on the whole world. And I feel like that really exposed the elites and the power and whatever else. And again, I thought, because Rogan moved here, and at the time, remember how he was, right, with his podcast, how he was. Not the one now, but at that time. And I was like, oh, dude, there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to come down here, and they're going to have materials about the irony and the hypocrisies of things. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to stay here. And then, whatever, year and a half later, and I was like, oh, my God. This is all lowbrow. This is all knuckle rubbing. I got to get myself in a better position so I can get out of here, but I'm just living in a car. And I don't know if I could have made the money with Uber and all of that I do here in other places. Because it's amazing how many times I just deliver to the same people every day. And there's times I've delivered to the same person more than once in a day. It's amazing to me. Like, you don't put food in the refrigerator, and I don't know. It's just got to be a lot of money. But I don't know. I guess things are good. Let's go to the chat. What do we got here? Because we can't spell toboggan. Oh, there it is. Okay. That was the Polish joke late. Okay. Oh, ski toboggan. All right. Good for you. Good for you, Act Johnny. Okay. Good for you. What do we got here? It's real because you're in it. Everything you said resonates more. Really appreciate the candor. Ooh, wow, that's a good word, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to come from a holy place because what have I done in this? You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been given plenty of opportunities, dude. I mean, even the time, Christ, I've known Chris DiStefano for a while, right? I remember, I think I saw one of his first sets at Caroline's. I think he did 20 minutes or half hour or something like that on a showcase. You know, I remember being in a car with him and Mike Cannon and so forth. And, you know, he was in Austin once. I saw him out at a place and, hey, Tim, blah, blah. And he was like, dude, why don't you come by, do a spot? And then, you know, I went and did the spot, going in the green room, hanging out, having a good time. One of the ladies there, I don't know if this is his agent or somebody, but I kept taking them, but they were just offering me drinks. I kept taking them. And then by the time I go on stage, I'm just a drunk, loud guy. You know, maybe a couple jokes and it, but if you want to talk about like, here you go, Tim, the Vulcan is completely packed. Chris D's crowd. So, you know, there is a possibility that they could enjoy you, right? There's some other people from the scene, from the system there. So doing well would help things. And it's like, if I was like what I am now, boo, at 10 minutes, I'd probably have a tape of that 10 minutes up on YouTube. You know what I mean? But instead, hey, do you want, we got some free alcohol for you. All right, you guys got it for no reason. It wasn't even like, all right, maybe I'll do some shots to loosen up. Nope, it was like, yeah, all right, I'll do this. Yeah, make me a mix of this with, you know, orange juice, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Ugh. But, you know, at the same time, who knows what can happen from here on? Again, protecting the mission. It's what I'm doing. You know, I just, I don't know. I guess, like I said before, I just wanted more. I wanted more of this scene, you know. I think Brian Simpson, like, he seems to be the only one from here that's put out a really great special. I think Derek Poston too. That dude, you had last per minute, the whole nine, charisma, energy, point of view and things. Those two guys, I really dig here. I will say I really dig here. I don't see enough of them because I don't get to go in the mothership, and I'm not paying tickets to go into a comedy club. You know what I mean? For like showcase shows. You know, if Colin Quinn's there, it's like, okay, I'll pay a ticket to see Colin Quinn. You know what I mean? Or someone like that is doing an hour, hopefully. But I'm not gonna pay money to watch my peers when I can go somewhere else and maybe run into them eventually. You know. But what else? Oh, that's we can't spell toboggan. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, how much is it going to affect me? Probably none. You know what I mean? Probably none. But I do find it fascinating that the people here aren't necessarily talking about it out loud. You know, probably because they want to gain something. And it's like, dude, I don't want to gain anything from anybody. You know, I want to become better myself. But I don't want to ride no fucking coattails. You know? Very Sinatra. Go Knicks. Very Sinatra. You know, fucking I did it my way. You know? What is it? Days Confused. Wooderson, you know? I did the best I could while I was stuck in this place. Did all of this while I was stuck in this place. That's just the way I see it. I don't want to gain nothing. You like what I do, great. And if you don't, I get it. But also keep in mind, I'm working on it. Got anything in the chat? Okay. We have had a lot of conversation. I'm more than willing to do more. I don't know how long I've been on. Maybe coming close to an hour and a half or so. It doesn't matter to me. But if you guys have anything particularly, I will discuss it. Otherwise, I think I'm going to wrap things up maybe. It's up to you guys. But now I just kind of feel like I'm talking in circles about this. Whatever. And no one's fault. It's like I'm just... what do we got here? Laughing my ass off. Keep it up, Tim. I'm glad I got out early to see this. Yeah, let me ask you this. Let me ask you guys right now. Here's some things. Give me feedback quick. Corey Adams, there he is. How are you, brother? Let me ask you guys. What do you think would be better? Because here's the thing. I got to make money during the day, right? I don't really make money with this. It's fine. I don't care. But it's I'm not making anything, so like I can't stop trying to create income, okay? So I got nights. And the thing is, I'm trying to build reps. So what I'm doing currently is Wednesday, when I get done with my reps, I come home, boom, this comes on. It could be 10 o'clock, could be 10:30, could be 11, could be midnight, whatever. Do you think that's a system that works? Or do you think there would be a better time for you? And be selfish right now. Tell me if like, dude, if you did Tuesday afternoons, I'd be there all the time, out of curiosity. Or is this a system that works? Right? Because if it does, I'll just keep doing this. Try to make video clips throughout the week to maybe garner audience. But again, I'm getting kid views, which fine. You know, it's just where I'm at. But it's, you know, those videos get like 30, 40 views. I know Johnny here said that the sound was shitty, so I'm trying to work on that. Most of it is just, I talk like this. I'm back here a lot when I do the live stream. So I've been trying to be very, cognizant or whatever of this. But, you guys tell me what would be better, I would do it. Because I love this interaction, and I love also hearing, like, what you guys think. Because I assume some of you, I mean, most of you, at least some kind of comedy fan of some kind, you know? So what do we got up here in the chat? Am I missing anybody? Corey Adam, not sure. I'll try to be where I can. I think you doing you is the way. I appreciate that. Okay. Great show. I'm going to head out too. Love thy neighbor. I get it. Thank you so much, by the ways. You know, and I hope I helped you out with things. And again, dude, you know how to do it. Anything else, write it in the comment, whatever else. I'm starting to think when it comes to things like that, I think I'm going to answer them on the live stream instead of just kind of like write, because I could have written you fucking paragraphs about like moving here or whatever, moving in this area. But I think it was better to do it like this. So what do we got? I'm just curious what you guys think. And then what else could I do to grow this? Just make whatever you do consistent time. So then we all know we got to be in here. Well, that's the thing. I do it Wednesday nights. Yeah, Corey, you know me. I do it Wednesday nights after mostly the Lucky Duck. I try not to stay out too late. I mean, if I was booked on a show on a Wednesday night, yeah, you guys are going to have to deal with it until I come back. Because honestly, if I did a show, hopefully I do well. Maybe talk to some audience, talk to some other comics, whatever, and then jam out. You know, but what I'm doing now is Wednesday night. But this feels very, what I wanted with this was like Tyler Durden doing Pump Up the Volume. If you ever seen that movie with Christian Slater. But like Christian Slater did pirate radio back in the day on that movie, and he would just come on, you know, and that's kind of the philosophy I've been doing with this, because I 10 o'clock for me would cut my night short, and I want to build something So you guys see it in hopefully real time. And it's just like, wow, dude, we watched this guy go from living in his car, in a sense, to like, hey, he performs around the country, maybe around the world, whatever, you know? I don't know if any of that made sense. Yeah, it did. I don't know why I questioned myself. Okay. So that looks like everything. Love thy neighbor. You probably jammed out. So on this note, this has been a great talk, by the way, to everybody. I don't know how I'm going to edit this this week. Oh, we got someone else that just came in. Dan Silva, subscribed. I turned on my notifications, so I'll try to catch you next time. By the way, this was a good time. I am so fucking grateful to hear that, dude. I'm so grateful. You know, spread the word. I'm going to do my best to spread the word. I think there's something of value here. I just do. And again, the connection matters. I think the connection matters, dude. You know, and I think just once a week. You don't need to hear from comedians more than once a week. Unless you go to their shows multiple times a week, then okay. But there's no reason for me to do this every day. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think anyone's waiting to hear what I have to say about things yet or whatever. So, but okay. So Danny Silva, you get the notification. Plus, you can always go back and watch the live stream. But I enjoy the interactions, positive and negative ones. Like, I enjoy them. This is what it's about for me. I think you're doing dope. Keep grinding. Thank you very much, Corey. I appreciate that, buddy. You know? And by the way, you guys, he's the one who always says worms. If there's ever any fucking bit that I'm doing, you hear someone go, worms, 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 worms. That's this gentleman right here, Corey Adam Comedy. Good dude. So, all right. So I'm just going to stick with this and whatever else. And, yeah, I think I talked about it last week. You know, the mantras that I'm saying to myself. Identity every day. Relax, work, trust, believe, protect the mission. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to relax. I'm going to do this on Wednesdays when I get back from my shit and whatever. I'm doing all my things. And I'll continue to work, and I'm just going to trust the process, and I'm going to believe in what I'm doing. And hopefully that transmits through the screen, right? And you guys see that, and hopefully that will be something that brings people in. And then we can go from there. What do we got here? More in the chat. This is great. Oh, wow. Skate to Heaven. Hey, man, you actually live? From what I understand, unless this is a possible simulation. But yes, I am live as much as you can be alive. Yes. In this moment, you are with me. Warner. Oh, worms. There he is. So, yes, Skate to Heaven. I am live. What's up, buddy? What is up? What do we got here? Skate to Heaven. You keep doing your thing. Work hard in silence and let your success be your noise. Ooh. You are definitely someone who... Yeah, man. Right on. I agree with you. And that's basically what I'm doing. Yeah, you know, I'm from New York, whatever, so we talk about the Knicks a little bit here and there. And again, I just love their fucking mindset. I just love their mindset, and I'm trying to adapt that mindset as much as possible and so forth. This is great. Look at all these people. This is awesome. What else do we have? Jokes aside, you got this. Keep doing you. Okay. The ex-addicts have an incredible drive. Yes. Yeah, because it's like, where else am I going to put that fucking energy? You know what I mean? Like all the energy I did into like trying to get drugs and to get better drugs, into like where to go, all of that. Now I got that energy. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. That's very funny and accurate. Skate to Heaven. Thank you so much for being here. I believe this is the first time I've seen your name. You may have been somebody long-time watcher, first-time chatter. I don't know, but yeah, I appreciate. This is going to be great to run through all the people that chatted tonight. I don't want to say I'm whelmed. I don't think I'm overwhelmed, but I'm very whelmed by this. I was worried I was a little too late, too. I got talking a little bit at Lucky Duck after the mic. And then, I rushed out and whatever, and then came here. I thought, again, I was like, I think I'm starting around 11:15, 11:30. I was like, I don't know if people are still going to be awake or whatever. I don't know. So, I mean, granted, that's like maybe 9:30 on the West Coast, but yeah, this has been fantastic. So, all right. So the ones that are here are here, and they're gonna be here. And what's this? Hold on. What'd you say? You get what you want. Yeah, man. To quote, very, very great film. Back to the Future. You put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. So we'll see, man. Again, I think once the miracle happened, in a sense, I returned to self, and I feel like me, from me back in the day, whatever else. It's been a different ball game. It's been a different fucking ball game. So, I don't know. I'm excited about everything. I think I am gonna get going. Again, thank you everybody that came through tonight. Let's take a look at this. This is one of my favorite things. Let's take a look at the top people of the night. I realized you could do this. This is a lot of fun. Always, number one, most of the time, number one is Love Thy Neighbor 007. Thank you so much for joining the chat, being here, doing things. It really means a lot. And it makes this an experience. It makes this a connection. It's really dope. Act Johnny 315. I appreciated your comment this week, and hopefully I'll do better with that. And thanks for being here this evening. Skate to Heaven, number 3. You jumped in pretty quick there at number 3. That's great. Skate to Heaven. Awesome. I don't recall seeing your name before again, but I think it's great that you're here, and I hope I see your name more often. Corey Adam, dude, if I don't see you, I guess I'll see you Monday night at the mic, possibly. If not, I'll definitely see you at Anderson Mill. And also Daniel Silva, thank you so much for being here. I feel like there were a couple other people, but maybe not. Let me double check here. Oops. Oh boy. What the hell? I don't want to do that. Nah. All right. That was everybody. Okay. That's great. Thank you all. You contributed. You contributed to this. You were a part of this, and it's fucking dope. So on that note, again, let's just go through here quick. Oops. Do it down here, Tim. Not on the OBS. Again, People of the Man. There's an open mic right after Kill Tony in the spot where all those dummies sign up. And then afterwards, they sign up for this open mic. And at midnight, I take over hosting duties. And I at least titled my thing, People of the Man. Which I absolutely love. And then also, let me do this quick, right? Again, as of right now, every Tuesday, I'm on the 9 o'clock show at Shakespeare's. So again, if you're in Austin, hit me up, come on through. There should be more and more things happening as time goes on. And all of that. I see someone came in here. What do we got? I love this, by the way. Thank you. Corey Adam, I'll do my best. Oh, I'll be there at midnight. Sign up a little earlier, Corey, maybe like 11:30-ish. So that way you'll get up maybe like 12, you know what I mean? You get it. And then also, I don't have the leeway that you have at Anderson Mill, but I think if things keep going in the way they will, I think I will, and I'll be able to give more than the fucking 4 minutes or whatever. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens. So again, thank you everybody. I went over this and that. And if you know anybody that would get some value out of this, spread the word. Until then, I'll be here next Wednesday after I get done with my rounds and my reps. Until then, yeah, man, appreciate all of you. Be well, be safe. And, what do we got? No. Oh my God, Charlie, what's your call-in number? Or StreamYard link. Well, buddy, you know what? I haven't sat down and done the Google number. So, and plus, I was about to jam out. So, sorry I haven't done that, Charlie. Been busy with my life. I could probably sit down and do it in a minute, like you said, but I haven't. Oh, boy. What do we got here? Oh, my God, this is great. Skate to heaven. You're a good dude, man. Keep moving. I'm just a guy trying to put his life back together. Every sinner is a saint, and every saint's a sinner. So, I do what I can. If you were to walk around my apartment building, they'd probably all be like, that guy's a fucking cocksucker. But none of them know me. So, you actually probably know me more than half these fucking people. Have we ever spoken? I don't know, Charlie. You came on here, what, last week? 2 weeks ago? And you came on and you were like, hey, what's the fucking Discord thing, whatever. I was like, hey, I don't know, I fuck it up sometimes. You're like, get a Google number. It takes 2 minutes. And then you said bye and you left. That's all I know of you. I don't have any thoughts about it. I have it written down in my task thing of like Google number, but I just haven't sat down. I don't stay here much. The guy next door plays all my favorite songs horribly 7 days a week. And it's hard to fucking sit in my thing and do the shit I need to do. But whatever. He's a talent. You look familiar. Facts. Exactly. Okay. I remember. Cool. So yeah, I wish I did, but it's something I gotta get over. It's utterly distracting. And I tried to put some music on to drown him out, and then he fucking makes himself louder. It's fucking so annoying. Anyway, I'll leave that to myself, but it's like, I don't know. Go get a life. Go outside. Play music somewhere fucking else one day. Jesus, God. It's not even good. You ought to hear him sing. It's fucking brutal. Such a bad musician, his healthcare plan is screaming until the pain goes away. It's fucking rough. And then he goes and plays like fucking Fandango or some Van Morrison like nothing happened. In a bad way, not in a good way. Again, all my favorite music destroyed by this fucking terrorist who throws in his 1-4-5-1 chord progressions like planes into a building. It's just all the fucking time. It's so brutal. If it was good, I wouldn't give a shit. But again, what are you striving for? I don't even know. All right. I'm just babbling now. Homie made some great sets. Oh, okay, hold on. Nothing worse than a neighbor that ruins your living experience. Yeah, but you know what the positive is? Here's the way I look at it, though. A year ago, I was homeless. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I'm grateful for everything I have. Except for these fucking douchebags. You gotta sit around and say hi to everybody in order to make them feel comfortable because they can't just be comfortable with their own fucking existence. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal, dude. Why don't you be neighborly? Because I heard you through the walls talking shit the fucking first week I moved here. And after that, fuck you. And you kept talking shit. And these people here talk shit when they get loaded. And then when they're not loaded, they run away and fucking act all scared. It's fucking hilarious. I don't respect inconsistency. If you're an asshole every day, I'll respect that. You do it every day. But this whole horse shit of like, you can't act like yourself. You act like two different people based on the amount of fucking booze you got in yourself. I don't have patience for it. All right, Charlie, you're talking a lot here. It's great. Sleep is so important. I can see why people snap. Yeah, man. I actually got to have a nap today because I didn't hear his fucking stupid playing. I actually got to take a nap. It was nice. Anyway, I'm just griping now. Hopefully it's somewhat funny. Sorry. You just struck that chord. Makes sense. Get a Google Voice number. You'll like my calls. Take care. Okay. Hearing phone alarms go off in the AM through the wall. LOL. Oh, no, dude. It's a terrible version of Radiohead or the Beatles or like, again, any artist that I like just utterly destroyed. just fucking sitting there just raping my favorite artist. It's whatever. But I'll say I've made a lot of great material about these people when I perform in Austin. I use this as like the example of Austin. And so far, Austinites are coming up to me being like, yeah, you're kind of accurate. So, whatever, dude. You know, again, I was fucking homeless a year ago. What I have right now is a fucking blessing. But it is kind of funny, sleeping in a Walmart parking lot was easier to do than sleeping here. I leave every day from like 10 to like 9, 10 at night so this douchebag can just play. I've rearranged my whole fucking existence. It's insane. It's insane. And he can't even go to the other side of the apartment and play. He's got to go right next to my fucking wall. It's the worst. It's the worst. Again, if you were decent, I wouldn't give a shit. I'm a fucking Christ on a stick. All right. Wall so thin you might punch someone through the wall, ignoring the alarm. Yeah, it reminds me of like it's these other neighbors here, right? They bitch a lot, they fight and whatever. They haven't in a month, but I haven't really been home. But like they fight a bunch and then they fuck. And it always reminds me of that Stanhope joke where it's like the wall's so thin, not only can you hear the neighbors fuck, but you can smell it too. And that's kind of like what this place is. It's weird. It's weird. It's supposed to be an artist community, but I don't know. It just seems like a bunch of people get drunk and play G chords. It's brutal. It's fucking brutal. All right. On that note. Sorry, I guess that was for me. Well, yeah. So anyway, you guys are the greatest. And Charlie, I'm not going to do it tonight. But the next time I do a live stream, look, I'm saying it right to you. I don't even know if you're still here. But next week, I'll look into this Google phone number thing. And if it's as easy as you say it is, I will have the number available. Okay? I'll make that promise. I will find a time. If I have to put on fucking headphones and actually listen to decent tunes, they don't like rap here, so I like to play rap loud. I just pick an album, just play it. A lot of times I just leave and just blare it. But yeah, I'll sit down and do it. And I'll sit down and get the sound effects that I've been wanting to, and all of that. So hopefully we'll do a lot more things in the future. All right, what's this? This is dope, dude. What's this? Giving you gold. Be grateful. Yeah. You're very relatable. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Yeah, you know, it's all good. You know, my life is fucking amazing right now, and you know, little things like that, whatever. It gives me material. But God, how do you not have the sense? Like 7 days a fucking week. It's brutal, dude. It's absolutely fucking brutal. But whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna do everything this week. Okay. So when I come on next Wednesday, if that Google number is as easy as you say it is, it'll be done. Discord, I don't know. For some reason, I can't fucking figure out how to unmute. It's so stupid. But I do it when I practice with people and I'm not doing the live stream. But when I do the live stream and I try to, I don't know. I hear the people, but they don't come through. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Again, I just haven't been able to sit down. You know, I have sat here a couple times, but I've been writing jokes, working on some things, whatever. I do also kind of watch Nick highlights from the from the finals in the background. But yeah, man. So hopefully I'll get more opportunities and all of that. But again, thank you everybody. And let me show you all some love the best way that I can, and that's by doing this. Thank you to everybody. Love thy neighbor. Act Johnny. Charlie went in and jumped number 3. That's fascinating. Skate to Heaven. I hope you guys come back for more, whatever else. And again, I can't do this without any of you. So I appreciate it. And until next time, be well, be safe. And I really do wish everybody the best. Ooh, what do we got here? Skate to Heaven. I might be able to help with that. Okay, you're talking like the Discord or whatever? Ooh, what do we got? Sometime I joined your Discord a few minutes ago. Okay. I appreciate that. Let me I am going to check out this Google number thing because it seems really easy. And I can just put it on the screen there on the bottom. I just hope it doesn't. I hope it goes to my computer and not my phone, but whatever. Let me see what happens and come back next week. And if I don't have the Google number, then I'll probably need maybe some assistance with the Discord, maybe. If you'd be willing. I don't know. Seems like you would. So. All right, it's 1:30. I should wake up and be responsible and try to make money and try to write jokes. Go to a coffee house or a library, because God forbid if I sit in this fucking dump. The funny thing is I'm probably not going to move, though, because I think everybody hates me more than I despise them. So I think it would bother them more for me to be here than for me to live here. So. We'll see what happens. Even though the guy next door, he works here, so he's got a life radius of about half a mile, and he'll probably deter it or whatever else. Because I've never spoken to him, never will, don't need to. There's one guy I talked to here. He actually seems like he's doing something, like he strives for something, other than just being the cool people of Building 9. It's so stupid. Such a stupid moniker to try to hold on to. But anyway, you guys didn't come for this. So again, appreciate everybody greatly. And you know what? I'm going to leave on, as I like doing, I'm going to leave on Joe Yoga, his song, Gimme Death, which is actually a true story that I was a part of. And I think this tune is perfect for the live stream. So again, thank you again, everybody. Be well till next time.
On the first
day of
my vacation, they turned the lights out. I sat there in the dark and prayed for death. I wrote a song. I thought it was stupid, even though I know not all of them can be the best. I read with a flashlight for several hours, waiting for the electrician dude to come and fix the breaker for love to save me. But that was not the message that got through.
Death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. Why, oh, in your heart did you get bored? Death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. Why in hell on earth would you want more?
Well, after several hours of this, I became discouraged, but determined to make something of
the day.
I went to the open mic to get some rage out and play my song, but I got number 58. And I became acceptance. I sat there unmoving, watching all my friends get on the stage to sing their asses off, to try and reach me, but I didn't have my anthem till I heard
That's me.
corner say.
That's me. What the fuck did I say? I said death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. Why in hell on earth would you want more? 'Cause death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. You know in your heart that you'd get bored. I mean, how many sitcoms could you watch? You'd binge watch everything if you never died, you know?
Dad! 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 Give me Dad! Dad! Give me Dad! Give me Dad! 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 I took my piranha, antagonized it, speared its shit around where I knew you would see. I meditated, kept
Getting distracted about how wonderful it is to be me.
'cause I have found the way out. I have found the way out. I have come to shake hands and make
Fools of the fools, everything you've heard, my dear, is true. 'Cause death is the only thing that makes this interesting.
Why in hell on earth would you want more? Death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. You know in your heart that you get bored. So give me death. Thanks for sticking around and listening, everybody.